Welcome everybody to our weekly tournament stream here on lichess and Twitch. I'm your host, Sparklehorse, no, Slaggy here on lichess. What's up, guys? Astrobate, welcome, thank you for the quotes. We've got 10 players already for our 5-round 15 plus 5 rapid tournament. Super slow. Just the way I like it. Super slow. Mr. Coffee, what's up, man? We've got Sparklehorse, that's my account. Candidate Master, Akshak, Rizvan, Sumaher Ripunj, AP87, Yarun KK, Astrobate, and Niles so far. So 10 players thus far. Good start, guys and girls. It's 15 plus 5 rapid casual. 3 minutes between rounds. The tournament lasts approximately 3 hours from beginning to end. So we're starting at 6:45, 15 minutes. And it will end approximately 9:45 in the European summertime. Central European summertime. CEST. What is up? What is up, everybody? It's been a kind of quiet Tuesday here for me. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Mr. Coffee, Astrobate, Sumaher. Who else is in the chat there? Abu Fazl, ST33. Okay, Yeruin's in the tournament. AP87. If anyone would like to join our team, you have to join our team in order to join the tournament, and you have to be an establishedly rated player. Damn it, I can't click what I want to click on. Here's our tournament link. Yeah, thank you for beating me to it, Mr. Coffee. Ooh, there it goes. If you're in our team, you can join our tournament, and we host a tournament every Tuesday at this time. This team is designated for admittance into the weekly I Am Sparklehorse tournaments held Tuesdays at 6:30 CEST, parentheses, as well as in our team battles, which we were doing for a while, not currently. I've called this Siegbert's Super Slow Rapid, Ponda, and Sloth. Siegbert because we want to learn how to spell Siegbert correctly. Right, Astrobate? Not to be confused with Schieberspieler. Siegbert is spelled with an I-E. Siegbert. Sigmund Freud. So, will it be hard? Say what? Alright. Mr. Coffee, what's up? When's your next tournament? OTB chess. Anyone? Sumaher, what about you? A lot of regulars here. Do you have any requests to join the team? Let me know. What is that quote you got there, Astrobate? I believe in magic. There is magic in the creative. There is magic in the creative faculties, such as great poets and philosophers conspicuously possess, and equally in the creative chess master. Emmanuel Lasker. I don't know, I'll ask her. Gotta think about it. Mr. Coffee is retired from tournament chess. Abu Fazl, how are you guys? So, I haven't played today. This will be my first chess today. I was teaching earlier. What else is new? There was the rapid tournament going on in Poland. I haven't been following that at all. Let's see some chess news. What about bowling, Mr. Coffee? Have you been bowling since the end of the not the end, but I mean since the pandemic kind of chilled out? Since restrictions have been reduced, have you been back to bowling again? Mr. Coffee is very strong at bowling. What do you think about Anand playing at such a high level? Dude, you're kidding, right? It's a rapid tournament. Plus, the guy's been a rapid specialist his whole life. There's nothing surprising about that. It's not a slow tournament, so it doesn't take as much endurance as like a classical time control. But I don't think age is as much important as like, you know, if you have like 6 wives and 5 children. Responsibilities are the key. I don't know, I think like the young versus old thing is overrated. But it's usually psychological. Maybe you lose interest. I mean, Anand has always been like one of the strongest rapid players in the world. There's nothing surprising. Only a very young person would be surprised by that, I think. He's basically been a blitz rapid specialist his whole life. You must be pretty young. I think the younger people put too much emphasis on the age thing. Semi-retired. Gotta get a new bowling ball. My main ball split in half over the winter. Oh my god. Bowling problems. It just like, it was sitting there across the room and just like cracked and like fell apart while you're watching TV. Or you're doing some practice shots in the basement. Alright. Semi-retired. How many players do we have? 14 now. Dweep, the mysterious Dweep has joined. I suspect is like is a Smurf account. Stop Oregon. I hope I don't have to play him. He's been very tough. Dinekis is getting better lately. Oh no. I'm not gonna troll Bob. Bob is in the tournament. Bob said he doesn't know if he's trolling us or I'm trolling him, so gotta take it easy on Bob a little bit. Been picking on Bob too much. Move 11, welcome. Maybe Move 11 is the secret dweep. He's secretly dweep. I never knew it all this time. Pewed. No, spelling it backwards doesn't make it sound like something either. You have a few pounds to lose too before I could play seriously again. Chess or bowling? It's weird, like, to use the verb play in the context of bowling. I've never heard anyone say like a sentence like, I'm going to play bowling, right? Hey, let's go play bowling. No, that doesn't work. Professional bowlers say play again. You have to say before I bowl again, right? Because you can't play bowling. Has anyone ever bowled 2 days in a row? I'm sure Mr. Coffee has. I probably have, but it's usually rough on the elbow. Get bowling elbow. Bowl again. You don't play bowling, you know. I'm harassing a professional bowler about his description of bowling. Jim, good to see you back in a long time. No see. Jim says, yes, I had. You were bowling 5 days a week. It's like working out, you know. You gotta start with 1 day a week, then you build up to 2. And then, like, once you get really serious about it, I mean, if you have good technique, you're not gonna hurt yourself either. Plus, Move 11, they probably have, like warm-up exercises. You know, really, really serious bowlers. Probably bowling players. Probably have, like, literal warm-up exercises. I mean, I used to hurt my arm all the time. If you're suddenly doing something that you don't normally do, that's the perfect way to, like, seriously injure yourself. Tennis, for example. Jim got 245. It's higher than me. I think I've cracked 200 a few times, but never, like, significantly. I got scores like, I probably got like a 201, maybe like 207. but nothing beyond that. No provisional ratings allowed. Provisional bowling ratings. What's your bowling rating? They have bowling. They just have bowling rankings. Pizza parties, right? I love bowling pizza parties. I used to have birthday bowling parties when I was a little kid. That's a great birthday idea. No, I only got to 200 maybe once or twice, I'm sure. But Jim sounds like he's better than me. I was really into it. Well, not really into it, but I was semi into bowling when I was like a teen or preteen. Between the ages of like 8 and 14, I was into bowling. But never enough to be like in a league or something. Alright. We're ready to start. 6 minutes. Not too much bowling in Hungary, unfortunately. I want to go on time. There's just a few bowling alleys around. Bowling alleys really require, a lot of maintenance and stuff. So I doubt they're very good here. Okay. Serial bowler. Murder by bowling ball. Alright. Your third. Guys, welcome to the stream. Let's get a hype train, a Tuesday night hype train going. Mr. Move 11 with the secret Smurf account in the tournament. Maybe not. Maybe he's just here to watch. There's a lot of people that have not been on the stream for a while. And Tony, I missed him. Who else? Princess Chess, she hasn't been around. Seems like a lot of players have I'm not gonna make a Bob joke. Bob hasn't been around enough to scare anyone off lately. Uh-oh, Jim is gonna freak out now. He just realized the tournament is 15 plus 5. Sorry, Jim, no bullet. We're holding off on the bullet this week. You're bad at this. Thanks everyone for being subscribers. 17 viewers and 16 players. We have 16 players. I like to joke about how the rooks are like bowling. A lot of similarity between chess and bowling, really, with the rooks in particular. They roll, too. If played correctly, the rooks can be rolled. I remember when I was a little kid, there was this game show on TV that I barely even remember. It was like Bowling for Dollars or something. I just kind of remember the name of it. Bowling game show. Alright, enough bowling chatter. It's impossible, Bob. Suck him on our first game. I'll be dead. What happens to bullet players when they play like a 15 plus 5 game? You would like to play correspondence chess. What is your opinion about correspondence chess? The fact that they can use engines. Well, it depends on... on lichess, you're not supposed to use an engine when you play correspondence chess. In ICCF, I think they allow it. It's like legalization of drugs. If you can't prevent it, you should probably allow it. I don't know. I don't personally really play correspondence chess. I've played a handful of games here on the site where we're not supposed to use computers. And I've enjoyed that, but I'm not sure I would enjoy it if it involved just both sides using computers. I think that's less interesting than having to analyze and make the moves for yourself. I mean, I see games all the time from correspondence players, and it's just like one engine playing another. So I think correspondence here on the site is okay, but I don't think I would do real world correspondence where computers are allowed. On the other hand, I don't see how lichess can enable that, can really have that rule, because it's practically impossible to enforce. So what's the sense in having a rule that can't be enforced? the biggest problem with like drug laws, for example. That's why correspondence chess is allowed, because it's impossible to enforce the rule. Not because they wanted to have computers in correspondence chess. Alright, it's time to start. I want to go in Zen mode like it's a simul. And prostitution. The world's oldest career. Chess prostitution. Okay. 10 seconds. Don't panic. You don't have to make your move in the first 10 seconds. Don't panic. But the clock doesn't start running. Announcement. Cool. Nice feature. Announcement, Mr. Coffee. Good luck and have fun, everyone. I feel like it's a bowling tournament. Get on the PA, Mr. Coffee. Hello? Has anyone seen a 6-year-old wearing a blue shirt? He can't find his mom and dad. Alright. Get on the PA and, I feel like we're at the bowling party. You can spectate our games. Repun, that's nice. Yeah, I'll get a free win. The last time that happened, I lost on time. Dude, this is really annoying. Yeah, we get a lot of forfeits first round, which is unfortunate, but it's unavoidable. Just because he's not here in the first minute doesn't mean that he won't come. So, Mr. Coffee, are you playing? Somebody has to be my spotter here and tell me if my opponent shows up secretly. We need a spotter. Who's going to be my spotter? Yeah, maybe. Negative, sir. Off spot. Alright. So... Siegbert's super slow rapid. I need to open a new window, though, because it'll be like, oh, you're already playing. Alright. Wait, how do I open a new window? Open a new window. Open link in new window. Incognito window. You are playing. I know I'm freaking playing. How do you already get a win? What? Wait, how does Abul Fazl get a win already? Dude, that's not right. Ams versus Sumeher? How does that pairing happen? Hold on a second now. Window capture. We're very quick here in the slow. That's why I like slow rapid, because I'm so quick. Alright. So while I'm waiting for my opponent to show up, we can watch this game. Oh, interesting. It's a semi-Tarash with Sumeher white. Man, it looks like, wow. It's very similar to a game I analyzed for Chess Lecture a couple of weeks ago. Except black had his bishop on f5. It was Miles Shuba. See, this lends itself to exchanges, which might actually be in white's favor. White is playing against the isolated pawn, so he would like to trade pieces, theoretically, to reduce black's attacking chances. Black's bishop wants to come back to b8, create threats on the diagonal. Now I got a new request. Open. Alright, Yanni Boy 2710 614. Just 24 games. We have to decline Yanni Boy. You have to have 100 games, rated games, to join the team. Please come back after you have established your rating. I do not accept provisionally rated players. Bob. Bob, you tanked the game? What did you do? You lost the game in 5 moves or something? You're like throwing games? That's worse than trolling. Can't believe it. Bob has a hot date, and he's gonna come later. After his date. Don't worry, it won't take long. Alright. Bob, that's terrible form. You can't do that. Especially in a long time control like this. You can't, like, lose in 5 moves. Everyone else is here, like, playing a half-hour game. You really lost in 5 moves? Or less? I said I wasn't going to pick on Bob. So b5, black played bishop b8. And now there's a threat of bishop takes knight and mate on h2. Yeah, that's good. I'd go back to playing bullet anyway. That's your real strength. So Ahm's an interesting move. He doesn't want to retreat. He counterattacks. Interesting. What about my game? Are we good? I could just see the mini board, right? Rizvan has 9 minutes left. Maybe he saw I was from Ukraine and he like protest, won't play. It's like anti-Wimbledon. All right. I'm not going to get into political discussions about banning players from certain countries. I have my opinions. I won't be sucked into that argument. Chess who? Wow, number 1 versus number 2. Wait, what? Wait, Antonio, what are you talking about, number 1 versus number 2? So I'm looking at Sumaher versus Ahms here. White played b5, Ahms played bishop b8, counterattack. I'm number 1? Yeah. I'm number 1 by rating, not by the strength of my play. But I'm not playing number 2. I'm playing like number 5 or something. He has to play g3. Looks like it. He did play g3, defending against the mate threat on the long diagonal. And now black plays knight a5, headed for the support point c4. So, interesting, let's say, factoid. When you play extended fianchetto, rather than like, a2, b3 on the queen side, like the conservative setup is a2 and b3, like pawns like that. For white in a semi-towerish like this, when you play a4 or a3 and b4, I should say, obviously there's a risk involved that's where that becomes an outpost for the opponent. So this is the drawback of the extended fianchetto, essentially, for Sumaher here. I got a forfeit. I'm still playing, but I don't know. Like, people tend to, like, come with 2 minutes left, and, like, once it happened that I lost on time, Antonio, where I didn't pay attention, I might get a forfeit. Or it's a political protest. Knight a5. Who cares about his own weakness? Well, I like the way that Ahms played this. He got his rook active. He got his bishop tucked away without getting the rook obstructed. Now his knight came out to a5 into c4. What does white really have to show for this? Nothing, in my opinion. Black is better. This huge outpost on c4 is a major problem. Hi, and I hope you're having a nice day. Bob, I think that guy beat me in a tournament game in like 1999. And I think that we played Blitz on ICC. Quite a few Blitz games on ICC. When I played him in the over the board game, he was like 2150, and I was trying to like beat him, and I don't remember. I think I lost. It was the first round game where I was paired way down at this tournament in Philadelphia, and I, trying to win, and I don't know what happened. I think that was that guy, the Chess Network guy, Jerry. He must be, he's probably like the same age as Hikaru or something. No, that's not true. He's got to be older than Hikaru. Okay, he's older than Hikaru by a lot, actually. He would be like, 4 years older than Hikaru or something like that, probably. My game is on, of course. Our opponent came with 5 minutes. Alright, I'll go back to that board. Properties. But honestly, discussing Chess Network, he's like a Blitz player. He's a really good Blitz player. That's all he does, basically. He doesn't play like slow chess, as far as I know. Okay, Sumahara Alms, Rizwan. Here we go. Oh no, where's my game? I don't understand. Where did it go? I lost it? We're gonna have to redo this. Okay. Properties. At least I have plenty of time. Actually, I'm not sure what year it was I played him. I mean, it might have been 2001. It might have been 1999. It might have been like 2000. It was somewhere around there. And he was rated like high 2100s USCF. So it was something like 2150 versus 2400 plus whatever I was. And I don't remember if I was an IM yet. Maybe not. Maybe it was before. Maybe it was... Depends, but... No recollection of the game itself. It was a long game. And I overpressed, and I think I lost. I'm still not 100% sure. I could have been a draw, but I have the feeling that I lost. I definitely didn't win, because I was really depressed. Remember the guy's, like, he was like 17, and his dad was there, like, waiting for him, and it was really late. So it must have been an evening round, where his dad, like, came to pick him up. He was probably, like, a senior in high school at the time when I played him. Kind of rude. Dude, I don't think the dude did it on purpose, Abufazel. He probably was just late. It happens. He's off again. Yeah, he just has bad internet, man. No, I think he just has really bad internet. I mean... Who knows? You guys believe the worst. He's rude. He's trolling. I think his internet sucks. But who knows? How many games does he have? 700. On again, off again. Feels like he might have been trying to flag me with the I'm not there, maybe I'll forget about the game strategy. I don't know. Excel Poker, hey everyone, could not make it today, still working. What does that mean? Work or real work or poker? The fact that he's able to connect to the internet is magnificent enough. I don't know about that. I think in 2005 it was pretty magnificent. I mean, what am I saying? 1995. I wanted to say 1995, and I said 2005. All right. Bishop F5. Yes! Yes. Yes, my favorite. Now he's like super speed. Super speed London. Everyone plays London against the birds. It's really weird. This is like the third time I faced this. Actually, Excel Poker did it against me. Of all people. Now he's playing like super fast. 1861 bullet. He's actually higher. Why would he have standard ratings? I would say standard ratings. I had a very similar game recently. There's that option. Wait, I open link new window. We got that already. Alright, join requests. So if anyone wants to join our team, you have to be an established rated player. No, I don't think the London system is good against the Dutch. It's playable, but it's not. It's probably like less good than it normally is, because you're gonna get attacked by the oncoming pawns one way or the other, or knight h4. It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to put this bishop, in a diagonal where it's kind of shut down. I would say. But as always, it is essentially playable, as always. The good old London system. Yeah, he's like either not there, then he's like pre-moving, right? Thank you for the center. He just gave up his center for no reason. Thank you for being yourself. I don't like bishop e4. Ooh, that looks ugly. That's ugly. He's playing like bullet, man. Yeah, it's really weird. He's basically playing bullet now. Castle. I like castle. Castle good. Castle good. He's playing the standard, like, London recipe style. Cookie cutter opening. That's a really bad square. Why would you put it there? I was a little afraid of knight c5, because at least there he's putting pressure on my e4 pawn. b6 is particularly... kind of a particularly strange choice, no? Although I don't know if I can play bishop e3. He has counterattack with knight takes e4. e5 and knight e4 appear strong. Appearances. So look at that. He didn't go to d5. I guess he wanted to leave the other square free for d5. Don't play like this guy, and don't play, don't use your time like him either. His time management is atrocious. It's even insulting. But maybe he's just panicking. Hey, what's up? Alright. People that aren't used to increment, maybe they kind of panic when they have 3 minutes. Well, if you're playing blitz, that's a normal amount of time to have. Queen b8. We are coming. Give me your London. No London. Wow. Yeah, he's just... Oof. You almost had something there. I think it's important to look at like positions like this. When I'm playing the break in the center in this type of structure, like, does he really derive any benefit from exchanging his central pawn off there? Because all it ends up doing is like giving me that knight, outpost on e4 at the end of the day. At the end of the day, knight c8, that's a very, very standard move, eh? Knight f7. Rook f7, rook takes d7. Knight f7, rook f7, rook takes d7. Do I have anything better? Make chess happy again. I win a simple pawn. Simple pawn. Yeah, he's definitely not a thinker. Just reactionary. Missing the point of this time control, really, I would say. That's like, it's like the time that I lost to Sebe. I told the story how it was a rapid, same thing, but not increment. It was like 15 flat, and he came to the board with like 2 minutes on the clock. We've always been friends, but I mean, what could he do? He like missed the round start and came in when he could, and he had 2 minutes left, so he wasn't trying to troll me. But I found it very disheartening, Like, the onus is on you. Like, I have to beat him because he had 2 minutes against my 10 or 15. It was really annoying. It's psychologically difficult to deal with. So I lost with white with 2 minutes against 15. It was really annoying. Black's just basically playing bullet chess. I don't understand the point of playing in this tournament if you're going to play that fast. Damn. He has a defense temporarily. Oof, there are threats here. So, Queen e1. It's a square I'm used to using anyway in these King's Indian attack style positions. Jesus. Just plain bullet. Just plain bullet. I'm talking about just plain bullet. What is the deal here? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be gained from this game, really. Yeah, angry moves. Throwing the pieces at the opponent without really thinking as fast as you can. I should have considered bishop e3 there. Right. Not much to make of this game. So knight c3, knight b2. Knight b2 is a threat now. Yeah, this is like exactly the kind of player I don't like. I have to. It's constantly my move. You know, they never think. They never use their time. So I can never really talk about the game, first of all, because it's constantly my move. That's irritating. Almost every move he makes is a threat, too. Interesting. He's not big on pawns, just pieces. He doesn't do pawns. No, dude, see, Abul Fazl, that's not cool. That's not cool. This is like one of those people who, like, you see them posting in the hourly rapid tournaments, or like, well, dude's thinking forever. The fact of the matter is, he has every right to play. I don't like the speed he's playing, but, you know, don't do that. You know, that's not right. Like, rushing people either. He has a right to take his time. I hate that when people, like, in the blitz tournaments, oh, my dude thought for 3 minutes. You know, it's like a rapid tournament. They're complaining their opponent thought for 3 minutes. Like, what is this? Why are you playing in this tournament? I'm just saying, like, this is kind of an exceptional game because of the strange like 10-minute delay at the beginning. But you never want to, like, make people feel bad for using their time. Not resigning, you know, he's not down anything, a couple pawns, really. He's not down a rook or queen or something. No, I think that's not right. Let him play. I say let him play. I'm enjoying torturing him. Right? A5 could be a strong break there. I can win the exchange, and it's not like I didn't see it, but I don't really want to give away my light square bishop, to be honest. You know, I feel like that would give him more counterplay than he already has, to be perfectly frank. The pawn wave. This is what I try to do anyway against the London. He's the master of, like, one move threats. Yeah, relieving the game, that's really bad form, of course. Yeah, that's typical, and unfortunately that's like bannable style stuff we're talking about. This is just hanging. Bannable offense. No, but you can report them for doing that. Leaving the game instead of resigning. The pawn whale. Now, if my opponent was like a title player and they didn't resign here, I would be a little insulted. But since he's an amateur, I mean, he's an amateur. He's only down a couple pawns theoretically. Missed rook f6. Damn, I miss every move. I missed that too. Phew, that's brutal. Committing suicide without leaving a note. He's banking on me blundering something here eventually. Just so far I haven't obliged him. Keeping all of my pieces protected at all times. Another nugget is gonna go on g5, but he's only down like 4 pawns. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's only down 2 so far, going on 3. The third nugget. I don't want to be greedy though. Not a greedy person. The third nugget. Nugget the third. Glomp. There goes your London bishop. You got destroyed. Uh-oh. I think my knight is stronger than his bishop. Technically speaking. I'm not gonna let him trade for that. He was hoping I would play knight takes h7. Oh, there goes a whole piece. Now I have knight on the 7th. He resigned in a timely fashion after dropping a piece. See, he just doesn't resign when he's down pawns. One ongoing game, so he didn't waste anybody's time. Ruin is still playing with Stavargan. Wow. Stavargan played the Stonewall. Oh no. Against Jeroen, like Stonewall master versus Stonewall expert. Oh no. Like Stavargan only plays the Stonewall, and that's also Jeroen's favorite opening. So therein lies the problem. Even though Stavargan is like the higher rated player, he absolutely has the wrong opening here against Jeroen. Jeroen is a big specialist in Stonewall too. Jeroen is 2 pieces up. Ouch. Gotta speed it up a little. We have 5-second increment. Don't lose on time. This looks rough. I mean, Stavargan has no threats. The knight on f4 is devastating. Actually, I think d5 was almost winning directly, but white would have had maybe queen e7, takes and queen e7. Use the extra pieces, right? That's the secret here. Okay, it was made in 1. Yeah, Stavargan's opening system doesn't work against the other Stonewall experts. He literally has a problem there. Just the one guy you don't want to play the Stonewall, I guess, against. Alright. So major upset there. Jeroen in first place. I'm in second. Am's in third. Did Ams play? Yep. Yeah, Ams, Sumer. Yep. Sumer lost a bad game. His white square bishop is nowhere to be seen. Where did your light square bishop go? Ams, Akshak won, so everyone through the top 9 got a point. We have 27 players. This is like our all-time, I think, record for the first round. 27 players in the first round. I mean, some of them didn't start yet, but still, that's pretty good. Move 11 is in with a half-point bye. Cormoran, Shaki, Mule Skinner, Kwam, Ruslan, Sumek, Paolo, and then those guys that lost. Rupun lost to Uber Driver. Uber Driver in already in round 1. AP87, Acerbate. Acerbate, what'd you do? Dinakis, Niles, and Savarian upset. Okay. So, it's a Swiss. It's not a arena, so it's not like I play Yeroon. I don't agree with the pairing system, but they make Yeroon the top seed because his performance rating is highest or something. Or he has the highest tiebreak. It's weird. But at least it's a Swiss system. So I don't know how the pairings will go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 players. Okay, so top 8. You know, in like USCF play, like Yeroon would be dropped because of his rating. Yeroon would actually be dropped from the pairing group, and in a normal tournament. You know, so he should actually be paired against the strongest. Under normal pairing rules, he should be paired against the strongest half point, which would be Camel Culture. But I don't know how the pairing system here works. If it's by ranking, you know, he's first. The ranking system is not really correct. This wouldn't fly in a rated tournament, but it's lichess. They didn't want to incorporate Swiss tournaments at all, like the creators of lichess. Their arms were twisted behind their backs, and they did it, but they're not happy about it. And they haven't tried to fix this incorrect pairing system. But I don't want to complain because they're all testy. So Dweep against Purple Horse. I don't know if Yeroon was in the pairing group. And I don't know who Dweep is. I think it's a multi-account holder. He never talks. Lurking. Love LBJ. Alright. Lurking. I feel like I'm pressured to make that move before the red light goes nuclear. It's dinner time, haha. Alright. The Dweep. Dweep has 1 win, which was fairly recent. What was that about? I lost on time. I remember now. Okay, it was a blitz game, and I couldn't make a move fast enough. And the rest, there's a bunch of draws. But he's actually pretty good for the score he has. No, you can't play the London system. Please don't play the London system. No one played the London system. We just had the London system against my Birds opening. Alright? The London defense against the Birds opening. Please don't play that. You're not allowed. So is anybody gonna tell me, does Yeroon is Yeroon playing a 1 or is he playing with a half? Is Yeroon playing Camel Culture or is he playing with a 1 point scorer? Which point group is he in, Mr. Coffee? My assumption was that lichess is going to pair him as the number 1 seed. It's not going to revert back to normal, is it? Oh, he's playing Camel... Indeed. Oh. So that's interesting. So they make the correct pairing, but have him incorrectly ranked on the cross table. I wonder if they modified it at some point. Possible. At some point they actually fixed their pairing system. So he was correctly dropped to the half point group. D5 right away. Okay. How does that work? So how do you maintain that extended pawn on d5? HTFP just arrived. He's like, who is Siegbert? Man, Mr. Coffee just didn't want to troll him at all. Just immediately. Mr. Coffee's so straight up, you know, he would never think to troll people. He's such a good guy. I had this mischievous, like, I wanna mess with everyone, and Mr. Coffee just straight up can't tell a lie. It's good to know there's people like you, Mr. Coffee. It's reassuring. I have a little faith, but it's my job to entertain here, so gotta try to be a little bit funny. Oh, some old chess guy. I was never a fan of Siegbert, but his quote popped up in our tournament. You might notice there's a Siegbert quote. I am not a Siegbert fan, personally. Never was. You'd figure something out. Fans, OnlyFans. Siegbert is the trending video on OnlyFans. Alright. I don't know anything about that, but Mr. Coffee and Bob probably talk about it. So what is the Siegbert principle? That I was curious about. Is that something in math? Sounds like a math concept. Math man. Get out of pin. Dilbert is like the newspaper cartoon strip. GM Tranquilizer rating. What is up, GM Tranquilizer? Wait a minute. Isn't Tranquilizer playing in the title Tuesday? He must have left early. Wait, I have 94 here. I never read that cartoon strip. GM Tranquilizer, aka Vital Evente, what's up? The TT is over, it went bad. Just do what I do, man. Quit Bullet and Blitz. Just stick with the longer time controls. I'm as I said on your stream, I'm too old and slow for Blitz and especially Bullet. But even Blitz, I'm done, man. I'm trying to be a good influence on other chess players. Thank you for the raid. Grandmaster Tranquilizer is streaming here regularly. Usually more serious stuff, though. 1 second, not enough. Yeah. Not enough is right. Do I have a tactic? Nothing seems to work. Tranquilizer was last seen playing chess. He also likes to play video games like Warcraft, Hearthstone, from what I understand. Rook takes f3, unfortunately, fails to bishop takes f3, and my diagonal becomes an issue. So what do we have here? What do we have here? Primitive threats, perhaps. Is this even a good move? I wonder if queen g6 is even a good move. I mean, Arsenal, I couldn't make it. So that's so sad, dude. We always miss you when you're not here. Queen g6 f4. Gutted. I'm not taking the pawn on g2. I'm not going to give white like practical attacking chances. His pawn structure is already destroyed. Forget that, man. I am just not going to do that. On the other hand, you know, I don't want to play too passively either. Queen g6, f4 looks like. But how am I going to get my pieces out if I do that? I don't know. What would Grandmaster Tranquilizer do? I mean, the truth is that, you know, maybe black isn't necessarily winning. I'm overconfident here. Camel culture don't mean always show up around late. It just seems to happen that way. That's like always missing the bus. Always missing the bus every time. Wait a minute. What about h6? He just goes back to f3, I presume. Five dropouts. College dropouts. But seriously, Arsenal fan, you're not raiding, are you? Have you streamed yourself? That's awesome. We got a raid from Tranquilizer. Unfortunately, he's always streaming at the wrong time for me to raid him. Beauty school dropouts. Arsenal fan, definitely beauty school dropout. Man, I mean, Dweeb played an awful opening. I mean, this is unbelievable. Unbelievably horrible. And I've got very little from it, really. It looks like I must have missed a really strong move here. I think Queen g6 directly would have been basically almost game over. It's not quite, though. Maybe Queen h5? I had to have something here. Queen h5? No. Because Queen g6 almost works, but he has Bishop d3. That looks like it might save him. There's some pretty complicated lines. Queen g6, Bishop d3, knight takes f2. Bishop takes g6, knight takes d1. I mean, I think I'm actually, like, maybe winning something there. But I'm happy that he played it the way he did. I was more concerned of other stuff. Hope I didn't miss anything here. I'm content to just maintain, like, a slight edge. It seems to me like Dweep is a decent attacking player. Though he's probably not casting queenside here. I'm getting the feeling he might be a little rusty. It's a very nice... That is a very nice square. Arsenal fan. You're not going to be able to make it? You're not going to be able to stay with us? Thanks for the raid, Tranquilizer. Hopefully we'll get you back soon. Guys, every Tuesday we host this tournament. I've moved toward playing Rapid rather than Blitz. Encouraging people to do the same. Rook f5. Rook f5. Rook lift. I guess rook f6 is possible. This is inducing him to play e4, which might weaken his structure. You're trying to complicate the game as much as I can to beat Oms. Okay, Oms has a very good, solid repertoire. He's very systematic. So I think, yeah, you want to try to create chaos against him. If you're the lower rated player, I guess. He's hard to beat for anybody. Yeah, the knight on e5 has to go. I mean, he's got these pieces just like wedged into the center of the board, man. It's really pissing me off. Unbelievable. Midnight Sun Summer. Alright, man. It's a good way to lose a piece. But otherwise, you know, it just trades stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to lose a piece to Queen e4 there. Not a good idea. Rook e5, Queen e5, Knight d3, Queen e4. I've got a loose piece on a8. That falls with check. Don't start attacking, you know, in tactics until you've got all your pieces. Whoa, that's bad. I grabbed the board. Grab him by the board. Board grab. Now we have a problem. Problem solve. Now I'm going to take. My structural advantage remains. We're going to try to make our pawn structure great again. I don't know who this player is. I mean, really have no clue. They never ever talk. They never ever have like a country next to their name. They're very secretive. But it's not move 11. I'm sure of that. They're 2000 blitz. Yeah, I mean, I would put them at like 1800 FIDE or maybe 1700 FIDE. Like a decent player, but not a master. What happened? What's our notifications for today? Okay, GM Tranquilizer rated with the party. Yanni Boy followed, but he didn't have any rated games. That's it? No other follows? Welcome to the Tranquilizers, who joined us with Arsenal fan. Arsenal and the Tranquilizers. Arsenal is a mod everywhere. See you later, Ars. Bob's awfully quiet. Oh, Bob's not here. Bob never came back. F3 has been played. Serial. He has a serial problem. F3 again? I was watching Trank had the Swiss ready to go, but missed it. Abu Fazl, what are you talking about? Abu Fazl just like randomly posts updates about his games. But I can't see it, so I don't know. Who are you playing? I should really put like... Oh, he was playing the title games on... the Evil Chess site. Yeah, I'm surprised Dr. Tripchance doesn't do that. Serial mod on female chess streams. I keep feeling I'm gonna drop something here. How about trapping his queen in the corner? Nope. Male and female chess streams. Chess stream gender. Genderist. All I got is a stupid t-shirt. Alright, what are we doing? 5 rounds of Siegbert Super Slow Rapid. This is round 2. Okay, I'm taking a look. Alms had a draw. Oh, they had a draw with Abel Fazl already. Quick draw. Cormoran getting a win against Quam. You know, you'd think Quam would be Quams. But Dweep is out of form, it looks like. He's straight up dropping a pawn here. He was depressed by his pawn structure and resigned. Alright. So let's take a look at something else. Akshak, Mirales, Irun, Uberdriver, and Dinekis all fighting for perfect scores. Akshak versus Dinekis. Ooh, looks like a tough game. Dinekis has the H-pawn wedged all the way down. No, Dinekis is white, my bad. Akshak has the pawn wedged all the way down on H2, but material's even. White just played E5, opening up the black king. Wow. Very sharp position. Looks like black king is actually less safe than white king. White king safe behind black's pawn on H2. Yikes. So if you take, you lose a rook on H8 with check. So black has some problem here. He's got plenty of time, but doesn't look easy. I wouldn't worry about protecting the H pawn. Black really needs to try to hold on somehow. I think a draw would be a good result at this point for black. He needs to focus on not losing somehow. What can he do? He can attack this rook. Unfortunately, queen e2, rook e1. Probably they're looking at that. Tarot stream? I never checked out tarot streams. That's pretty cool. Mr. Coffee goes for those tarot chicks. They probably make a fortune. Wow. Tarot reading on stream. That must have revolutionized, like, palm reading. You put your palm on the screen. You put your finger on the fingerprint reader, and the online palm reader reads your fate. Okay, so what happens if queen e2, rook e1? Didn't look good. So he simply protected the pawn on d6. Okay, interesting. I don't want to give away, you know, like, just cards. I don't want to give away too many ideas here. Dinekis took. I was wondering if he had something better. Can't really attack that rook. Only queen h4. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, rook d8 was a heads-up move. Well, I could have played e6, but I don't know about that. It's risky. If you trade queens, I'm pretty sure that it is a draw. It should be a draw. But black did not trade queens. He took with a rook. Wow. This is kind of a trap. Or is it? Well, I mean, I guess the question is queen h2. Queen h2, queen h2, king h2, rook d2 check, king g3, rook takes c2, f4. And the pawn is off to the races. Yeah, man, I don't know. One thing I can tell you is that if I were black, I would have traded queens, or tried to trade queens. Because the black king actually, as I said, was less safe than the white king. So I think here, you should definitely play queen takes d6. And I think the rooking should be holdable. But it feels like black maybe like wanting more. Irrationally. But his rook is pinned. I mean, how is black going to do anything with his rook pinned here? He's down a pawn and his rook is pinned. That's a pretty tough pin to get out of. I mean, you'd have to move your king and get like back rank mated or something. Alright, he can play king c8. This is a safer move, but it doesn't break the pin. So basically, Dinekis is up a pawn in a heavy piece ending. But I suspect black has good chances to draw. Alright, let's take a look at another game. While we're here, Morales, Uber driver, nice. Oh man, what was this? Uber driver lost the initiative. Oh, he's getting hammered by Morales. Oh my god. What is this, a marshal? My god, what is this? Oh no. Uber driver did what? Bishop c4? What is this line? h3. Wow, Morales. Queen takes. Weird opening, guys. But Uber driver's getting absolutely raked here. by those bishops. Raking bishops. The rake. Jeroen is 1-0 and playing camel culture. Stonewall attack? Yep. He played the Stonewall attack, my favorite opening. Camel ultra positional anti-Stonewall attack setup. Gets the win. Gets the win for camel culture. Guys, don't forget to support the stream. Gift to donate. Take number 2. Don't forget to donate to your favorite chess streamer. Even if I'm not your favorite, you can still donate. Alright, we've got Uber Driver, Dinekis, Taporgan. What else? All the lower rated boards are finished. Coincidence? Asterbate lost 2 games. Take your time. Alright, Mule Skinner is playing. Wow, it's Move 11 versus Mule Skinner. What a battle. Move 11 is actually playing. I complain a lot that he doesn't participate. He gets a prize for participation this week. Slow down. Move 11 is 2300 provisional. Who accepted him in the team anyway? Can you guys guess the opening? Online tarot card reading would put all the classic tarot card readers out of business. It's like online casinos. Kind of sad. No online solicitation for teams, please, unless you're like a personal friend of mine. No soliciting. Solicitor. Queen F2. No, there's no back rank mate there. Mule Skinner just played Rook B4. Is it just me? Or, I mean, that's kind of a weird move to play. That leaves both rooks hanging simultaneously. He literally just played Rook B4. What happens if G5? No, can't play it. Rook B4 is just a strange move, man. Why would anybody play Rook B4? I mean, both your rooks are protected. Now they're both hanging and vulnerable to tactics. And he has more time. There's no reason to panic. Actually, both of these players have a good chance to get in time pressure. I think they're both capable in time pressure, though. Particularly Move 11, who's quite tricky. We've seen a lot of examples of Mule Skinner kind of like getting a little nervous and time pressure in the tournament games he submitted. Maybe like blowing it against some players when he had a good position. He's really got a time lead though. 2 minutes to 29 seconds. I mean, it comes down to nerves a lot, and I think these are both players who maybe have a tendency to make mistakes, but are generally very strong. +5 gives a lot of time. Yeah, you got to adjust to that, though. Maybe they're not used to it. I'm not really used to it. I've been doing the 3-second increment forever. I think I have to adjust myself to the 5-second increments. But Mule Skinner is just not giving Move 11 any time to think. I think white is clearly worse. Pawn structure speaks for itself. Three islands against 2. Nothing special, but It had to have been a Sicilian. Yeah, it was a Grand Prix. It was a Grand Prix. Zen just hasn't been here in a while. He plays this line with white. Wow, what just happened? D4 followed by F6. Wow. So D4 is like a tactical trick? Trying to bait black into taking that and then pinning him or something? But I don't see how that even works. Would that even work? Move 11 also had like rook D6, which really looks like a strong move. What does white do after rook D6? He can't even like protect the pawn. But move 11 like freaked out with F6. Oh, maybe he didn't freak out. I don't know. This is tripled up. I want to say he freaked out, but it's a calculated idea. Trying to trap the bishop. It's a bad move for black from the king safety perspective. Moving his f-pawn, putting on a square where it blocks his bishop. You know. He's not actually threatening to win a piece. Bishop h4 is even possible because of g5. You can play bishop takes g5. Oh no. What? Move 11 just like... apparently... sort of panicked. They both panicked. But black worse than white. It's still not over. Or is it over? Oh, youngest queen. Move 11 has stage fright. Still not over. He's only down one pawn. Now I guess we have an issue. Damn. Alright. Panic at the disco. Definitely a panic. G5. Shaki's playing against Ruslan. Now that's over. Long gone. What? Shaki like got crushed by Ruslan. That's a major upset. Man, it's only 2 rounds in the books. Miralis and Sparkle Horse are the only scores with 2 out of 2 scores. Scorers. I have to play Miralis? Come on. There's a ton of people with 1.5. Akshak, Camel Culture, Abafazl, Dinekis, Muleskinner, Ruslan, Cormoran, and then the ones. Yeroon through Sigourney, Savadog, Quam, Boca de Inferno, and others with a half point, including Move 11, and then the zeros. Bob just came back for trolling purposes only. Alright, everybody, good luck. Who's this crushed crushed horse? Man, Uber Driver, you made Uber Driver look weak. That's not easy to do. You schooled him in the opening. What happened there? The super prep, Morales super prep, and he's been playing on his secret account. Morales has got only 300 and 420 games against me. Not much. I guess his 420 games made a difference. If you play 420 games with me, you got to at least get close to Master Strength. Master Strength! Morales is the all-time game leader. 420! Oh, that's got to be a bit donation from somebody. Wow, exactly 420 games from Alice. We're going for 421. Do I hear 421? We're really supposed to get to 500. Come on. Somebody's got to donate 420. But, our biggest 420 supporters aren't here. Yesterday was World Turtle Day. Turtle up. It's time to turtle up. Yeah, black. Turtling. Turtle this. No fun. Turtle it up, dude. What's Morales' weakest point? What is this? Queen's Gambit accepted? Really? He's playing the Queen's Gambit accepted. Huh. Well, we've seen everything. King's Indian, Queen's Gambit declined. Wasn't the bank... No, you never tried the Banco. The Budapest... Oh. E6, yes. That is a move. Right, no Budapest Gambit. I disallowed it. I won't allow it. Why would I let him have fun, you know? Then it's sharp and I have to think a lot. Sounds odd. World Turtle Day. Just World Turtle Day for World Turtles. Sea, land, or all. Yeah, I think it's generic. Just earthbound turtles. Turtles from outer space are not included in World Turtle Day. Spatial turtles. They have to be earthen turtles. I thought it was funny too. Thank God for Microsoft filling me in on this stuff. It's the European Day of Parks. I tried to turn this off. Like, Windows is forcing this on me. The European Day of Parks. Okay, then. I'm sure. The museum they've been building across the street from my house, Urban Victor was here yesterday. Or Sunday. To dedicate it. Speaking of European Day of Parks. 2 years of loud construction and finally it's over. Thank God. That's my celebration of European Day of Parks. For 2 years, like, construction dust has been like pouring in my window and it's finally over. Thought it would never happen. But that, you know, that pandemic makes time go kind of weird. It's funny. Time's really kind of zoomed by. You'd think the pandemic would actually slow time down, but it feels like things have actually gone faster. Isn't that weird? What's Morales? I'm trying to lull him to sleep with hypnotic talk. Did I ever play this with you? Good thing I'm not playing Uber Driver. Uber Driver would excel at this position. B6 is really extreme. Extreme B6. No one ever played that early here. We could sacrifice a pawn with e4. Knight takes d4, knight takes d4, pawn takes d4, e5. This is a little slow, but it avoids these. Yeah, it's very slow. But I mean, eventually, like, h2 is going to get attacked on the diagonal. I had a game where I beat FM Charlie Hurtan in this line, but he definitely didn't play b6 that early. And it seems like a lot to ask for black to do like b6 and queen c7, and your king is still in the center, and you're gonna like fianchetto. You literally can do everything. Yeah, I realized when I was watching the news today, ST Brown, that this monkeypox thing now, I mean, it's getting to the point where the news is only about like scaring people. I guess it's not getting to that point, but it finally hit me today that just everything is like sensationalism. That's all they care about. I mean, like, there was this article from Hungary that was like, oh, Hungarians are really worried. There was a case of monkeypox in Austria. I'm like, dude, I doubt there's more than like 5 people in Hungary who are worried about the fact that there's a case of monkeypox in Hungary. I mean, in Austria. It's just like sensationalism. It's too much, man. It's ridiculous. The Crisis News Network. I'm like falling for it. I'm like, oh, I almost clicked on this article. It's scaremongering, exactly. It's just scaremongering. It's crazy. So there's a case of monkeypox in Austria, and like we should be scared here. People should be panicking, running in the streets. It's just, you gotta find something every day, you know? I'm much more worried about like a drone flying through Ukraine and like hitting Budapest than monkeypox. Yeah, it's sexually transmitted for the most part, but it doesn't have to be. So basically, really only Arsenal fan and Bob have to worry amongst our viewers. But seriously, are sloths monkeys? Are monkeys sloths? What are sloths? I want to go to Costa Rica. You can go on a sloth tour. Sloths are sloths. I want to go on a sloth tour. Sloths are not related to monkeys. They're just sloths. Used to be giant sloths. They were downsized. They were giant sloths till they were recently downsized. What am I supposed to play there? People really ate them all? Did Native Americans, like, hunt native giant sloths to death before, like, Europeans even came? Or too slow to get away? Like my opponent. Sloth is delicious. Well, South Americans eat guinea pigs, right? So they must eat sloths. It's probably like a typical meal in Central America. Traditional sloth roast. The traditional sloth roast. Alright, I've got to focus. He's so strong. I mean, he's gotten so much stronger after this 420 games. Dude, look at the latest. A half, 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8 out of the last 14. 8 out of the last 20. Move 11 was just cleaning a sloth. He was just cleaning a sloth out of his shower the other day. Who says they're extinct in North America? Alright. The action is non-stop here. Trying to focus, but Morales is a tough opponent. Sloth mold. I'm allergic to sloth mold. Does it bother you guys when you can't remember someone's name? Wait, Larry Eldridge. Larry Eldridge? No. Larry Eldridge is the wrong person. I'm trying to remember this guy that I played like 30 years ago. Actually, he took lessons from me for a while. But it wasn't Larry Eldridge. Larry. What was Larry's last name? Larry played the Queen's Gambit Accepted against me. I've had like 2 old games I remember in this type of line. Larry. What the heck was Larry's name? Larry, are you out there? I'm afraid of the shelf. Have you cleaned the shelf? Move 11, did you clean the shelf in the shower? The shower shelf. There's a shelf here on F4 potentially. If I play Bishop E1, I'm just begging to get shelved. That's not good. I think I should consider taking on C5. It's like super boring. Uber boring. Uber driver. Uber driving. D5. And the other thing is like D5. D5 walks into take. Knight D4. Why would I want to play D5 anyway? I don't know what to do. This is tough. He's keeping tension. Queen B8. I can't believe he played Queen C7 and Queen B8. Magazine shelf life. I threw away all my old chess lives. Good thing I collected them for all those years just to throw them away. That was really useful. Is there any point here? Lucky Larry the Lemur. Lemurs are not related to sloths. Lemurs are a form of monkey, right? They really are a form of monkey. You guys come for all the important conversations. The great thing about Rapid Chess is that we have more time to inject really fun conversations into the stream. Are we gonna get a bit donation? Are we gonna get a hype train started today or not? You were like +3 in the opening. You. Who are you talking to, Willis? Is what true? Bijak. You guys go into what? Into a state of emergency? Not to my knowledge. You mean Hungary? I have heard nothing like that. You mean about monkeypox? I have seen no evidence of that, but I don't watch the Hungarian news. I do read my phone. Maybe Orban has more powers if he makes states of emergency. Okay. Well, I think he has to keep the extra powers he got during the pandemic or something. It's probably not really needed. He likes the powers. Knight b4. Shelf life. More emergency is more powers. Tob karcha, tob eshe. More cards, more money. That's why it's better to play 5-card Omaha. I guess if you're a political leader, it's always better to have more emergency powers at hand. Bishop takes d5. Pawn takes. That is my good bishop. Bishop takes, pawn takes. That's funny. Yeah, I saw elephant seals at the museum in Austria. In Vienna, the Museum of Natural History. It was shocking how big elephant seals get. Different sizes of mammoths. Medium mammoth, extra large. 5-card Omaha. We have to play 5-card Omaha here. I've been forced to play a lot of 5-card Omaha. But I try to only play when I'm totally drunk to maximize the insanity. Pygmy elephants, pick me up. Pick me up before you go. Elephant. George Michael. Just saying random stuff. Pygmy elephants. I don't know, Morales went to super solid school or something. Dude, you were playing the Budapest Gambit, now you're Mr. Solid IQP? How do you go from playing the Budapest Gambit to the most solid player in the world? Overnight. I like how Morales just plays a completely other style from his other normal mainline opening. He's a mysterious guy. But he doesn't come to the stream much, even though he has 420 games against me. He hasn't been on the stream much of late. I think he's like cheating on me with another title player or something. Changing style, he's not around much. Different openings. Like, what is the guy doing? He used to be my VIP. I think it's suspicious. Used to be our #1 VIP. Never around much. Come on, nobody's gonna donate for this exciting tournament. Cheer now to be #1. We have Bill 2WK, at least one gift sub this week. Next stream is tomorrow. We're gonna be back Wednesday morning playing Rapid again. Only Rapid, no Blitz. I quit. No more Blitz. It's done. Don't see a reason to play Blitz. I mean, it may sharpen you tactically, but I think you do that with puzzles. There's just no purpose to Blitz other than entertainment value and the adrenaline rush that it gives you. Any chance of Chess 960? Yeah, I mean, I would consider doing Chess 960. It's the time control that I object to when it's like too fast. Yeah, Chess 960, although I'm horrible at openings, I still am willing to play it. I'm horrible at Chess 960 openings. Self-gratifying. The size of the unit. It's good to have you back, Bob. So what is the problem here? I've been avoiding any exchanges that I could. As we get down to Blitz anyway. The daily 960 arena, but that's like in the evening, right, Comaron? Why is it called daily? It's like nightly. Isn't it like at 10 p.m. or something? Yeah. They should call it nightly. I mean, it's daily somewhere. But the problem is I'm like usually too tired at that evening time. I'm old and slow. H6, weakening the king side. Provocation. Wait, I have bishop f4. Bishop f4, knight d5. We provocated him. Bishop e3. Just scare him. Bluffing. I'm bluffing. Please don't play g5. 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So it is, see? It's 4 p.m. Mountain Time. It's the daily double. That was my favorite tournament on Party. What was it? No, Full Tilt Poker. They had like 2 tournaments. There were little ones, like $10, where if you won one and cashed in the other, you got like a bonus or something. I managed to do that once. It was like the daily double. The daily double. 95, of course. He's not afraid of anything. Sees everything. Of course he sees everything. He's Morales. He's miraculous. We You wouldn't expect him to miss something, right? I don't only get back rank May did. Never makes a mistake. He's the best IQP player in the history of chess. It's a perfect game by Black. This is a guy who plays the Budapest Gambit normally. How is he so freaking solid? And how does he stay so fresh when he never ever plays any rated games? He's got to be playing on another account. He's got secret accounts. I feel hurt you don't reveal your secret accounts to us. Murales. Hider of secret accounts. What am I doing? No. The Astromate doesn't work. Queen b4, of course. Of course. What else would he play? Oh my god. I feel like I had the exact same game against him or someone else. It's so weird. Did you play like the exact same game against me like a couple months ago? This is just too perfect by Black. I'm scared I'm worse here. Should have some kind of attacking chances. It's crazy. But I have nothing? Really? Man, it seems like time is standing still. Nobody subscribed. Everyone's been... Barata Toxica has followed. Well, that's good. Everyone's already a subscriber. The British conquest of the world has begun. It's all Boris Johnson. He's gonna, like, drink the world to death. Or maybe eat it to death. Alright. Of course, the pawn grab. For all intents and purposes, a perfect game. Perfect. Perfect man. I am perfect man. Alright. Afterthoughts. The afterthought. He's so fearless, you know, just grabbing a pawn. Nothing to be afraid of. Like, if I was playing a computer, I would expect it to go after that pawn. But a human... He's trying to play like a computer. I don't know, maybe he plays computers all the time? Why I would have what? At least PayPal, you get it all? What are you guys talking about? Who's talking about PayPal? Bishop e4? No? What? What's happening here? I don't believe it. Twitch has become pretty greedy. Imagine that. Like, what company doesn't become greedy? Of course they're greedy. PayPal's greedy too. But in a small, PayPal has such a, they're not as overtly greedy, but they're also greedy. Damn, dude. It's really like playing the monster. Bishop A2. Almost have to. I've got to sacrifice something at some point. But bishop e4 is a good move. I mean, he's stopping all my rook lifts, which are a key component of my attacking chances. Stereo components. Damn, he's got everything covered in every variation conceivable. Why did I do that? Because my attack will never work. So I'm bailing out. I don't know where to start. Okay, what did I miss? Where is it? Free piece. So you're not going to give up. I was afraid of that. Just keep it all in the dark squares. Stick to the dark squares. Stay safe, friend. Rook c4. Oh no. Just temporary. I assure you. It's a good thing I've got this little cubby hole in case of back rank mate. Ooh, he's got d4. Still going. Freaking energy. The energy bunny. The Energizer bunny, even. Energy bunny. Oof. What a tough game. I thought I was in trouble, but I don't know. I don't know. If I was playing, like I said, if I was playing a computer when you like took my queenside pawn, I would have been very, very worried. Like I'm lost. I feel like this was the critical moment when you played Queen B4. Yeah, man, it's a tough position. I looked at all the legitimate moves here. You're definitely at least equal. I thought Morales played like a perfect game until roughly move 16. This is move 23. The computer just hammered you though. It said you made some bad mistakes. We both made some big mistakes. Up until... That's funny. Up until move 13, we're following Kapos to Miklos against Kale Gabor. Sadly, both of those guys died last year. Maybe Kapos was 2 years ago. Really sad. I don't like that cavern in the middle of the game. Cavern! Game cavern. Alright, someone wanted to join the team. Niet. Okay. Game cavern. Guys, donate, support the stream. Donate Bitcoin. Saji, do you know of Gabor Mate? Mate Gabor? Or Gabor Mate. It could go either way. You know that's funny. That name could be like either way. It could be first name, last name. That's kind of rare for Hungarian names, but I don't know anyone by that name that I can think of. Is it a chess player? I mean, Gabor can be a family name. I'm not sure if Mate can be a family name. Maybe not. Yeah, it's not that uncommon for Gabor to be a family name. It's much more commonly a first name, of course. Okay, Siegbert super slow. Oh, we're in already. In game already. Game 4. Cormoran. Cormoran. KR. Kerr. Alright. I don't know, Bob. But is it like a politician or don't really recognize the name. But I'm not into like Hungarian politics. Is it some kind of like academic, or are they politician or a physicist? Physicists talking about immigration. They're always talking about immigration. Oh, he's a psychologist or something. Oh, okay. Physicist, psychologist. That makes more sense than physicist. I could see how a psychologist could be interested in immigration. Physicists, not so much. I have to ask people about it. I have to do a little research. A lot of Hungarians have immigrated to Canada, of course. And everywhere. There's a lot of brain drain here, you know. Obviously. But there's also a lot of people who are like second generation Hungarians. Maybe their parents immigrated when they were little kids. So they're like technically Hungarian, but not really, you know, because they lived since they were like 6 years old in Canada or the United States. Maybe they have dual citizenship. It's hard to know. So you like find out someone's background. Physicists. Yeah, I was talking last week about how like the devastation of the North American population actually affected the world climate. I thought that was such a fascinating concept. I guess you could find connections almost anywhere. I don't think anyone has ever played that when I've played this gambit before. Wow. Cormorant on his own with the novelty. Okay, I'm just gonna close it down. I'm not gonna get involved in anything fancy here. It's basically like a weird French reversed. I always tell the story how that when that gambit was played against me, against Michael Brooks, in like 1993, I literally had never seen it, and I tanked for like 45 minutes with white in that position. That was the longest I ever thought. 45 to 50 minutes. I just thought and thought and thought forever. Eventually the game was a draw. But that was one of the biggest time uses I ever used. It must have been 40 moves 2 hours, sudden death 1. So it was probably... Could have been it could have actually been 40... No, it was probably 40 and 2, 20 and 1, sudden death 30. It was probably like a 7-hour time control. I probably used like 45 minutes on one move there. So why can't I take on c4? Apparently, like, the death of all those Native Americans when the Europeans took over North America devastated the environment so much that all their crops died and trees started to make a comeback, and it actually changed the world climate pretty significantly for hundreds of years. It's really interesting. I never imagined that Native Americans had so extensive cropland that, cutting it out, or a lot of it out, would cause such a large increase in tree in foliage that would massively affect the world climate. That's just mind blowing. I mean, you're just like you in school. You never learn, we didn't know maybe back then when I was in school, but I had no concept of how large the Native American population was. That's just mind blowing as well. Millions of Native Americans. You figure it was much more. I figured it was much more sparsely populated than it was. So basically, lots of trees cool down the climate, contribute to a mini cooling period in the world. I think when I was a kid, I just always I figured there was tens of thousands of Native Americans running around, not millions and millions. It's pretty crazy. So Corman basically lost that c pawn here, and now he's trying to get it back, maybe with bishop f1. Is that what's happening? Castles bishop f1. So I could try queen d7. I can try a6, d5, b5, a6, d5, b5, a6, d5, b5, knight takes b5, a6, d5, b5, knight takes b5, pawn b5. If I castle, then bishop f1. Yeah, the same with South America. Probably, though. I mean, it must be hard to really be able to tell how many Native Americans there were. And there are ways to study that, but I feel like the way we were taught in school, we had no concept. I'm sure in other parts of the world it's even less accurate. Our environmental discussion of the day here during Rapid Tournament. That's the greatest part of this Rapid. We can actually talk about other stuff. Yeah, he played d5 anyway. So there's some interesting stuff going on here. Bishop takes f4. b5, knight takes b5. Bishop takes f4, pawn takes b5. b5. I feel greedy. We've got to be greedy. Sometimes you got to be greedy. Greed is good. Greed is great. Just kidding. Yeah, my generation, of course, and many generations, Cowboys and Indians, what do I know about the number of Native Americans there were? Watching some old Cowboys and Indians movie on TV. The only thing I learned about Cowboys and Indians was like John Wayne. Knight takes b5. Wait. That's a piece. So I'm up a piece. Alright. Well, I mean, the Native Americans were tribal, so naturally they fought with each other tons. Yeah. Europeans can't take all the credit, but probably most of it. So Corman is a huge gambler. He sacrificed a piece here. Kind of goes headlong into crazy stuff. There shouldn't be enough compensation. But he technically gets, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 pawns for a piece. He's got 2 pawns for a piece. It's not enough. He's extremely tricky and dangerous when he has a lost position, so you never ever count him out. Why am I not just castling here? You could, but I mean, you know, who cares? Let's do this first. Lady in Black. I play poker Lady in Black. Got a lot of poker players on the stream tonight. Queen e7. Actually, Excel Poker's, he had to leave. He couldn't play. No, Corman doesn't have opening theory, really. He just has a limited opening repertoire, so he gets himself in trouble in the openings, and then he might be able to bail himself out tactically. But this time he's buried himself pretty deep. He doesn't have nearly enough compensation for the sacrificed piece. Close to trapping his queen. Let's see what else is going on. The tournament standings. I didn't get a chance to check the standings like between rounds. Right now, this is round 4. I'm tied with Oms for first. He's already drawn his 4th round game. So I'm tied with Oms at the moment. Morales also won already. Wow. Chemiculture with 3. Corman's playing. Sigger playing. Uberdriver playing. Sumera playing. So it looks like if I win this game, I'm way ahead of... I'm a point ahead of the field and I win the tournament. Let's just do it while we can do it. Finish this. Okay, there's no way to trap him. I mean, his queen is going to go out through b5, but it doesn't look good for white. I mean, I have to be winning here. Bishop e6. Bishop e6, queen b5. He'll go after one of my pawns, so... For example, bishop takes c4, bishop takes g4. He's going to win one of my pawns. Is there any way to trap his queen? I don't think so. I wouldn't mind like trading this pawn for this pawn. Getting rid of the g4 pawn is going to leave his king really in danger too. He's lost here, objectively. I'm ready to castle. So I can play knight takes g4, and if bishop takes e4, just castle. Then he's in really big trouble. Bishop takes g4 queen takes c4. There's also crazy stuff like bishop e4 check. That could be like next. Bishop takes g4, queen takes c4. Bishop e4 check. That was hard to decide, though, which way to take here on g4. So I have the bishop check. Although Cormoran, like, beating me a rook down wouldn't be that unusual, to be perfectly honest. I think anyone would be surprised by that. There's also bishop e6. On the other hand, if I play bishop e4 check, I think he's just going to play king f1. Then I have rook d8, which is pretty nasty, actually. That's pretty nasty. Akshak lost on time on the first move. Nice. So he just left the tournament. One of the classic castle's queenside. No. Classic. Lock him up. Alright. Rook d8. He also didn't leave a note. I want to finish this off before I get tired. Stamina is not my strong point. I need to improve. If I'm going to play in the World Senior and have a chance in November, gotta start doing workouts. They don't teach that one reason this is not good. This is not good. Senior attorney has a nap break. That's funny. Get out your mats. Get out your mats between rounds. I like the idea of a chess tournament where there's only one round a day, for starters. Yevgeny Barayev. That's bad news. If that dude plays in the World Senior. So Cormoran, d4 is bad. I thought I had played this against you before. Let me see. We've played a bunch of Englishes. This is one of my go-to defenses. "10-year-old save a dog. Uber driver Nordigan back to basics. Titea M4. I don't see any cormorants. There's no cormorants there. I once lost to Uber driver, apparently. Yeah, d4 is really bad. I played... No, I told you, I tanked 40 minutes and I played... No, I can't remember what I played. I tanked 40 minutes and I played knight takes d5, knight takes d5, c takes d5, knight b4, queen b3, d3. I think I traded knights and played like d3. You can also just play d3 right away. You gotta take the pawn though, and then just go like d3. Black is slightly worse, I think. But it's, you know, if you look in the master database, there's tons of games. I'm not sure I could... I'm not sure e3 is really a mistake, you know. This is just an interesting gambit, but you simply have to take it. Alright. It's an offer you can't refuse. So, I'm a point ahead of the field, but we have a problem. Alms has better tie breaks. What does that mean? That's bad, because if I lose to Alms, then he wins the tournament. If I lose to Alms, he beats me on tiebreak. This is not a problem with the other players. So I have to give Alms... I have to get at least a draw again if I play Alms. Uber Driver is playing. Looks like the French. Wow. Sigurosmi. Imsurugis. That sounds more Greek, actually. Imsurugis. Imsurugis. It's maybe backwards. It's Greek and backwards. So Uber Driver's worse here. He's got 2 minutes against 10. Nice bishop pair for white here. Uh-oh. Mama said knock you out. Alright. Enough jokes. What else do we got? Another game. Stavvargen against Bob. Nice. Bob. Bob had to face the Stonewall Dutch. Wow. Epic battle with Bob as white. Bob's strategic master. Knight g6 check, king g8. Bob against the Stonewall. Classic bad bishop. But space, man. Look at that space that black has. Good knight, bad bishop. Massive protected passer for black at d3. Look at Bob with the tactic. Knight g6 check. Black just calmly stepping aside. It had to be a Stonewall. Oh yeah, he played f5. Oh, interesting. So you just exchanged. Normally exchanging in the Dutch isn't a good idea for white. But the way, the way it looks, it's like you're playing this weird exchange Queen's Gambit where he just like played f5. Of course, it can't be that bad for white. But I think it's important to realize, like, I don't think there's any case where black's going to take a pawn on c4 in almost any situation. Major reason for the American Revolution: colonists' desire to expand west. And 1763 British proclamation forbids settlements beyond the Appalachian Mountains. I did not know that. There was an actual British proclamation. I mean, that doesn't mean they didn't teach it, Cormoran. I probably, just didn't pay attention that day at class. It's been a while. I'm old. So I don't think Bob should exchange here on f5, on d5 so early. Basically, flexibility is good. When you take on d5, you improve the scope of his bishop to some extent. G-spots. We have Spites with a prime sub. Finally a sub today. It was getting depressing. I know it's just Tuesday, but Just one subscription a day. Nobody loves me. I felt like our history in my school system was decent. But that's not the case. You know, the thing is, like, about the United States, I mean, not that much of it is, like, necessarily federally mandated. I mean, I think education largely depends on the different states. And there's a lot of, you know, arguments about stuff now, but I mean, I think education depends greatly or varies greatly on, like, what state you're in. Not only state, but at the county level. You can have people that are, like, getting a really good education in one state and really poor one somewhere else. I don't know, man. It's not that uniform. Bob putting up a good fight there, but it looks like Staffvargan is way ahead. Uber driver. What's he doing? This is Sigourney's. How did Uber driver escape? He was, like, he was getting destroyed on e6 with the queens on the board. How the heck did he escape? Whoa. So Sigourney, like, traded queens. Oh no. Uber driver found an amazing tactic. Knight takes e5. I saw that, but I thought white had bishop takes e6 check. But the problem is, like, bishop takes e6 check, king moves to either f8 or h8. Then you have to, like, take the knight. And then queen drops on c1 with check, and then f4 is, like, hanging with check. I don't know what's going on. Now Uber driver's actually better. Oh, this is so sick if he wins. Sigurosmi is now pawned down in an ending against the rock solid Uber driver. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on now with American, you know, people fighting, different parties fighting about the education system, but I'm just saying, like, there's a big variation depending on where you live. I was lucky that I had a good public school, but it totally depends. Looks like you can hang on. Go, Sigurd. You can do it. You can draw this, dude. But take your time. Gotta take your time. There it is. Still not an easy game. But he's got 8 minutes. Don't try to flag Uber driver. You know, just use your time to play the best moves. This should be a draw, I think. Nice move, blockading the a4 square. Now he's got to get his king the other side. Uber driver's a really good endgame player, so. What about our standings? I've got to get at least a draw against Oms to win the tournament. Good practical try, I think, by Uber driver, not trading pawns. It's going to be hard for him to get at that white square, though. And actually, there's some tricky ops color bishops. Maybe. If you could get ops color bishops and white were forced to push the king to the queen side, the black king got in, attacking g3 or h3, and then had to defend with, like, bishop f1 or something, it would be pretty tough to hold. But Uber driver can't get his king in at all. Plus, he's got to babysit this pawn on g5. There's no way this is winning for black. You could theoretically win it, though. I like how white played king d3. It's like playing for the win. White's playing for the win instead of repeating moves. White, needless to say, doesn't have any real winning chances. He does have losing chances. Don't start trying to like win with white here. Just try to draw. There's really no conceivable way white can win. I mean, it would take a really huge blunder. Yeah, white is like irrational. White is like irrationally playing to lose now. What are you doing with your king on e5? Famous last words. Oh my god. Now he's actually playing to win. I still don't think there's realistic chances to win, though. Gotta watch the A pawn. Nice move. You know, like, something tragic's gonna happen. White's gonna hang a piece with like 6 minutes more. It should be a draw. Can I adjudicate? Like a Michael Rhodes simul? You start adjudicating your own simul games? That was a classic. Well, at least he didn't drop a piece. Guess you get your knight trapped, maybe. Where's he going? Uber duber. Whoops, there it is. The h3 pawn. I'm gonna take your h3 pawn, partner. I would be careful here if I were white. You might want to think on this move a little bit. Michael Rhodes was irritated because he did actually near your hometown in Tom's River. He did a simul. It was a pretty big simul, probably like 30 boards. Like no clocks, like a big traditional style simul. And after like 3 hours, he was like tired, so he wanted to go home. Even though like there were still like 7 or 8 boards left, it was getting late. I mean, it should have been easy to figure how long it would take, but... So once he started getting tired and wanted to go home, he wanted to, like, collect his money and go home. So he started, like... This is, like, the only simul, like, real Grandmaster simul I ever played in. He actually started to, like, alright, I'm going to adjudicate the games now. It was like something Danny Kopech would do. I was like, what? So he actually started like arbitrarily adjudicating his own simul games. This is a win, I'm winning there, this is a draw. It was absurd. It was like the most arrogant thing I ever saw. You're getting paid for a simul and you just like don't finish the games because you want to go home and you start like arbitrarily like adjudicating them. They hated him after that. This is never gonna end. The question is like who's playing for the win here? We don't really know. We're still not sure. I think like bishop b3 would be a solid draw there. You should have done that the last game. Adjudicated on move 5. It's a draw. It's equal. A couple people got really pissed about it. But he just like didn't want to hang out, till midnight, and it was like 11 o'clock or something, so he wants to go home. I mean, it was like a weeknight, not a weekend, but a weeknight simul, like a typical American chess club, where we meet in the evenings between like 5 and 11 p.m. I lost, but I lost in the middle of the simul. Speaking of lost, Sigurumi just randomly decided to trade dark square bishops. Dude, that's like the worst decision ever. It's the only conceivable way that we can lose. That's crazy. It's over. Alright. I knew he was trying to win. So that's going to be a win for Uber Driver. But he's not in contention, is he? No, he's got 3 now. He's tied for second. From the bottom of the cross table to tied for second, Uber Driver with a very convincing victory will take it down. I got my money's worth. I think, what was it? I probably played in English. I can't remember. No, he would have been white. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I guess he played the English. I must remember the English for some reason. Rode used to play the English. Maybe knight f3. Yeah. That's funny that I've only ever played in one live simul. I've probably given like 20 live simuls, only played in one myself. Never another one. That's really strange. It's hard to believe I only ever played in one simul. Thanks, Ever, for joining us. Uber Driver's gonna win and join the 3-point group. That's where Arsenal would be if he were here now. Poor Arsenal. He was a good guy. It broke my heart when Bob told me the news. What happened to him. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil. No, you would have won your first 3 games and then withdrawn from the tournament. How about move 11? He got a forfeit victory? Where the heck is move 11? Oh, there he is. Man, he's the mysterious name. Where is move 11? I keep thinking he's Mule Skinner. What? Move 11's in 6th place? Oh. So you drew, you had a bye, then you lost against Mule. You got a win against one of the lower rated players and then a forfeit. Move 11's only really played 2 games. Not like you wasn't able to play. Missed last hour to a Trank stream too. Well, now that he's out of work, he's been doing mostly most of his income comes from sperm donation. But that's, an honorable thing to do. What about organs and blood? Have you thought about that? Now I can pick on him since he's a moderator. Last round. Okay. Sparkle Horse. Morales. Morales won again. Against Sumaher. Camel Culture Lurking. With a draw against Oms. That was key for Oms not to lose there. Oms was black too. Wonder what that was. It would have been a Tarash. Common culture busts in the positional play. Can you mortgage your kidneys? How much can Arsenal get for his organs? You can like sell your organs and then get passive income from the sales. I saw that on YouTube. Just kidding. I saw it on the dark net. You take your organs to a pawn shop. They just hold them cryogenically till you buy them back. Non-tyrannical. Tyrannosaurus. Alright, so Oms will get... What color will Oms get? I have the proper alternation, right? White, black. White, black. I'm due white. I should get my due color. He's not even in my freaking point group, so Oms had black, white, white. He had black, white, white, black, but it doesn't matter. He's balanced colors. Technically, he can have either. He'll have black. Sparkle Horse with white in the last round against Oms. Keep it solid. Ruslan with the 2400 performance. Let's see. Who did he beat? Boca de Inferno. Boca de Inferno is really unstable stylistically. What? Dude, what's up with this pairing? I guess they could do that. They can do that. They can switch the opponent. I shouldn't have taken that for granted that I was going to play Oms. They're all on 3 points, right? It just happens that he's the one with the best tie breaks. I was assuming I was going to play him. But there was no reason to assume that. Why did I just assume I was going to play Oms? That's dumb. See, Mr. Coffee never would have assumed that. He's a proper tournament director. No, I'm sure the pairing system is probably correct. Color allocation. I mean, I really don't know how legit, lichess's Swiss system pairings are. They weren't always legit. Go to school. School is cool. Counterculture doesn't play enough that I know his opening repertoire. Even if I did, I wouldn't remember. I'm getting dementia. I'm going to sign up for 23andMe and get the genetic workup to see what I'm going to die of. Move 11 suggested it. You can know that dementia's coming. And give your genetic code to secret government surveillance while you're at it. University or college? That's the problem. It's the same thing in America, essentially. Well, technically university probably has a little bit of a different meaning. But I think these days it's become less clear. What am I playing? It's like in Hungary, it's also very confusing. The whole system of high school college, it's kind of more of a gray area. I can't really figure it out. I mean, isn't university somehow more accredited? But it seems like almost every major college is a university now, where it wasn't always the case in the old days. Alright, so we're giving away our bishop for nothing. We keep it simple. I had this game, Serbian woman. I think she played queen takes. Someone else. I had a game with someone here in this line. You went to school. What? You went to a school who changed from something college to university. Yeah. I don't know if they made these accreditations easier or how somehow it seems like it changed. When I was younger, there were way less universities. It seems like everything's a university now. Bob thinks that university means graduate degrees. Interesting. You know, I never thought of that. I'm not a true academic, I guess. Since I never went to grad school. That's too much. Bishop e6 has been called. What's my plan here? Plan. Where is my freaking plan, dude? Why did I give him my bishop for nothing? b4. b4, knight takes b4, queen b3. I don't know. Let's do it. It looks fun. Grad school in the U.S. is like the equivalent of a high school diploma 30 years ago. I was pretty intimidated back in the 90s. I was terrified to like take my GREs and go to grad school. Plus, I didn't have any money to go to grad school. Spent all my money to go to undergrad, which was a big expense. I like how now, Bob, they're trying to forgive everyone's like debts, but that's not fair. Like, what about my money? I want my money back from like 30 years ago. I spent like full ticket, not asking for any loans 30 years ago. I want my money back. If they're gonna do like debt forgiveness for everybody now, why the heck did I pay? Because I'm an idiot? It was expensive, man. I mean, most people either like were like super rich or they were on financial aid or they did loans. I'm like one of the only people who actually paid, like ended up like paying a lot from my circle of friends. Generally people were either super rich. It was a lot of money even back then. Probably like close to 100 grand. Now I can't imagine. But I mean everything, including like housing and. But I think it's a mistake, objectively, to pay full price for school. I regret it. I'd rather have the cash. I'd rather go back and have the cash and then just go to the library, invest my money, and study in the library. Rather than put my family into debt. Alright. But it's done. What's done is done. What's done is done. Still, it's good to go to a quality school, if you can. I should have just applied for financial aid. And then been broke for the rest of my life. If I had taken out loans, I never could have become a professional chess player. Can you imagine? That would be a tragedy. I would have had to get a real career. Yeah, professional brokenness. Now I understand. Chess has enabled me to understand brokenness. Seriously. See, no one ever pointed it out. The chess really enables you to understand life because you understand money better because you don't have any. By not having money, I learned a lot about money. So in a sense, like, chess teaches you money skills. Oh yeah, I didn't want to get pinned. It was bishop g5 that was the problem. See, my dad grew up in the Depression, but I was like, I was already okay. You know, we were okay financially. So I needed to be like a broke chess player to figure out what it was like. I didn't have that advantage of growing up in the Depression. I told you my dad joked about eating Wheaties for breakfast, lunch, and dinner during the actual Depression. Do they still have that cereal? No one even knows what Wheaties is. You're gonna hit my queen. Big problem. I feel like I'm playing Alexander Ivanov. This is like his... I lost some horrible games against him back in the day. Trying to play the English against him. He had a similar setup that he played with black. It didn't go well when I played the system against him. Not shredded Wheaties. No, this is different. They're like cornflakes made of wheat, basically. Just imagine cornflakes, but made of wheat. Sounds tasty. Yeah, not that bad, actually. Better than hunting and eating like squirrels. Appalachian style depression. Alright, I'm gonna get some squirrel for dinner. What do I do? He's trying to really play d5 on me, like exposing my queen to attack. Don't I have anything? Knight b3 takes, rook takes, d5, pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. No, I can't do that. What if I take with the rook and then just move? It can't be that bad, right? It's probably not that bad. Anyone ever eaten squirrel? Squirrel meat? What does squirrel taste like? Can't be as good as rabbit. I mean, people like eat rabbit regularly. Mr. Coffee's from Pennsylvania. He must know. I mean, but you, Mr. Coffee, you're not really from Pennsylvania, right? You're not really like a hillbilly. Do we have any hillbillies? Is J.D. Vance here? I had a weird hallucination that I could trade rook takes rook in this position. It's probably not a great idea. Raccoons. We don't have raccoons in Europe. Do they? No. They're called... It's funny, in Hungarian they call them washing bears. Mosho medve. Very prevalent in the United States. They don't have them here. I don't know about all of Europe. Dude, they were crazy. They would like go crazy eating opening the trash cans. Yeah. They are seriously. No, we have everything, but foxes are not that prevalent where I used to live. The last time when I was back at home, we even have coyotes. There was like a coyote in the street. I was like, man, what is that strange dog over there? In broad daylight, I was like, oh. Broad daylight. That's so strange. That dog looks kind of scruffy. Pawn takes. I think I might have bored camel culture to death. That was funny though. I lived for forever. 20 plus years. I'd never seen a coyote till shortly before I left. They're apparently kind of dangerous though. Foxes. But interestingly, like skunks, they don't have skunks in Europe too, right? Alexander Ivanov called them American stinkers. Exclusive to North America? The skunk? Maybe they came over in the land bridge from Asia. Queen B7. I feel like I have something here, but why should I? Take E4. Yeah, that's a good move. I never realized, like, camel culture is kind of like a positional player. I don't know. I'm seeing this more because we've never played that many games. He's kind of strategic. I haven't played 18 games or whatever. What are we at? 25 games? 35 games? Still not enough and too spread out. I can't really just judge people until I have like hundreds of games. Badgers. Badgers look cool. Badger battles. Battle badger. Let's see. That queen on b7 seems funky to put that there, doesn't it? The problem is what? I can't play queen a5 without dropping a piece. That really sucks. Majorly sucks. If e4, he can just take, and then my b3 pawn is hanging. I was even looking at like queen c4. That's absurd. Rook a1. Forward. Must go forward. Okay, can't think clearly. I feel like I'm missing something, to be honest. Should be okay for white. It shouldn't be a big deal. He's like in that pin. I mean, that looks crazy. Gotta be something I can do with that. d4, changing the structure. e4, I want to play, but he just takes it. So, okay, what if I take with the knight, threatening the discoveries? Discoveries of death. This is a weak move. Yeah, nice bishops. The discoveries of death. He can't push. Well, he can push, but it's probably not good. So he has to take. Takes. Don't I have any kind of tactics? Knight takes. Queen takes b3. Queen takes a7. At least I'm active. Bishop c5. All right. He's got a serious time lead here. Where's the standings? So far, I've got 8.5. Oh, I have the best tiebreaks? No, Morales is done. I have better tiebreaks than Uber Driver with 4. Ams drew already. We're tied on tiebreaks. But Ams only drew. So Chemiculture can't, I've already won the tournament. Even if he beats me, I win on tiebreak. Don't I? How does that work? Now wait. No, if he beats me, he beats me on tiebreak, right? Because I have a point more than him. How does that work? Well, I don't want to lose anyway. But theoretically, if I were to lose... Wait, what is calculation? Sorry, I don't know what that is. Acerbate playing psychologically. I feel like I'm playing the Grunfeld for a draw. My score against Counterculture is awful lately. What's that? Simul game? I did beat him a couple games ago. There was a couple times where I lost. So if you add it up, it's like 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. He's only -1 in the last 20 games. The Rage. Whoa, where did this move come from? What a move. What could possibly go wrong for black here? Theoretically. Could anything possibly go wrong? That's the real question that we all want to know. Knight f6 check, king g7. I don't see anything there. Is there something there? I don't know. I can't waste too much time. I have less time to be careful. No, he doesn't deserve to be worse here. He's equal or better. The whole system is stupid for white. I mean, I'm the first to admit it. Like, bishop g5 is just it's a bad variation. Usually people play queen takes for some reason. I don't know why, though. I guess I'm threatening d4 if he tries to defend his pawn. So it's just a draw. Queen d3 is definitely a draw. Can he find a way to maintain a better pawn structure? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is there any way? I guess before he has to find something better. 0.0. Yeah, he was better. He was better. He must have missed something. I looked at bishop d5, but I thought I had a move there. There was something. What the heck? Was it bishop d5 for you? I thought I had something here. Some kind of tricks with this. Wonder if you could do that. No, yeah, I thought it was this, right? I have queen a5. So what did he miss? Queen b6. Stopping knight c5. Apparently he's significantly better now. No, it's a draw. He didn't find queen b6. But it looks like that's the only move that's really dangerous. It stops my idea of queen a5 and this knight c5 stuff. He has to find that. And then he's better. Yeah, not a good opening. Yeah, it turns out bishop takes f6 is the usual way to play it. That's funny that I had a queen takes f6. Yeah, bishop takes actually makes more sense. I feel like I might have played this before. Rook b1, queen c2, rook fc1. But it's lame for white. This is just lame. There's nothing. The English is hopeless. Perfect game by me. It's a perfect game by me, but he made an inaccuracy. He made a mistake. Alright, well anyway. Nice try. Perfect game. Okay, 26-10. Sparkle horse with a draw with camel. Camel toes. In the last round, Sparkle horse, Uber driver, Morales, Camel Clutcher, Move 11, Sigourney Weaver, Yeroon, Stavargan, and Ruslan. Sparkle horse. We did eke out the win, not just on tiebreak. So Camel Culture ended up with lower tiebreak than me. That's weird. Okay, so I was always gonna win the tournament, even if I lost. I wasn't sure. Sparkle Horse with 4.5. Uber Driver, second place, impressive, with the last round win against Ruslan, who had a good tournament there all the way. Damn, what's that position? He just snapped a rook off? What happened? Did Ruslan just drop a rook on Prise on d7 or something? Morales with a draw in the last round against Oms. The super solid Morales. With the black pieces. What is that? Another d4 game. Camel Culture. If he comes and actually plays the first round, he might win one of these tournaments. But he keeps like giving us half-point odds. Camel Culture with a half-point bye in the first round. Never got off the ground quite. Move 11 with an impressive run there. Last round win against Shaki. 3.5 points. Thanks for playing Move 11. I know normally you have to work. Are you castled by Move 11, Uber Driver? Sigourney with no draws? That's his problem. Pretty prize. You got the beauty prize? Move 11 brilliancy? Shaki versus Move 11. Brilliancy prize? Oh, it was a Rossalimo. The old Queen F1. The Queen F1 trick. King D7. Oh my god. Dude, you've been studying too much Rapport Jabava system. Check this out. Move 11 played King D7 here. Uber Driver would just freak out. He'd be like, "You're banned from chess." It's moved what? King D7, not King E7, King D7. Apparently King D7 is stronger than King E7. Uber Driver would have castled kingside. I mean, there is this, you know. It's just a joke, Arsenal. Yesterday we were looking at some Rapport Jababa systems where the idea was to put the king on d7. And so immediately Move 11 is trying to do it in like a completely different opening. You gotta give him credit though. Yeah. So this was an important game. He did go for g5. Ooh, look at that king. Completely safe on d7. eBay. Bring up the eBay. Can't believe you're deleting my eBay. Yeah, he just couldn't defend g3. But I wouldn't give it a brilliancy prize. All right. Morales, thanks for submitting a game for Thursday. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Again, so credit to Uber Driver for second place. He knows something. Morales with third. These guys, wasn't an easy field. We have like 10 players over 2100. Sparkle Horse first. Uber Driver, Morales, Alms, Camel Culture, Move 11, Sigormi, which I can't pronounce. Irun, Stavargan, Ruslan in 10th place. Asterbait in 14th place with a win in the last round. He got... Oh no. Oh no. The classic battle. This we should submit for Thursday. I'm going to submit Asterbait versus Bob for the final round. Asterbait Bob, average cent upon loss, 107. Game of the week. Actually, I should start doing like a game of the week video for the YouTube channel. Alright, Morales. Yeah, I expect Bob to submit that one. But at least Asterbait got a win this week. Yeah, he's always nervous. 9 blunders, dude. Asterbait had 9 blunders, and Bob had 7. Dude, that's like last week when Uvalde like gave up 5 home runs in one inning. I think it was like an all-time record. You guys made 16 blunders in one game. That's like 16 home runs in one inning. Like seriously, man. I don't think I've ever seen 16 blunders in one game. So how many moves was the game? It was only 51. So basically every third move, no. So 50 moves times 2 is 100. 16 blunders. So 1 in 7, every 7 moves was a blunder. That's not a bad ratio. 17% blunder. Blunder. Amazing. But actually, what's funny about Asterbait's statistics, 1 inaccuracy and 9 blunders. How do you do that? Like, and Bob has the same. He also has like 1 inaccuracy and 7 blunders. I mean, there's no inaccuracies. I mean, there's no mistakes. Like, it's practically no inaccuracies. Exactly. You go big or you go home. I guess it's no record compared to Bullet Chess, Jim. Anyway, this is 15 plus 5. Asterbait probably used like 2 minutes for the whole game. Yeah, he used 2 minutes and Bob used 11 for the entire game. But it was obviously like, you know, back and forth all the way. Alright, a good matchup. Anyway, go big or go home, Arsenal. We'll see you later. Don't sell your vital organs. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.